So Nikki, thanks so much for chatting to me today. We've obviously had a wee chat before I pressed the record button there. However, I just kind of wanted to introduce you to everyone, to all our kind of sewing friends. Everyone will know you anyway, to be fair, from the social group, because you're in the VIP group and you're doing the drape draft and design course. You've done quite a lot in quite a short space of time with us, actually. The kind of point of these little chats is really to encourage people that have never done anything crafty before to give it a shot. So what are the kind of unexpected benefits and things like that? So you're a really good example of someone who loves sewing, like makes really cool stuff. You make a lot of stuff as well. You sew all the time by what I can gather, but you also enjoy like the kind of, I want to say side effects, but side effects has got such negative connotation. It's not the right word, but yeah, the benefits, the kind of unexpected benefits of sewing as well. So what is it you do for a living?
So I am actually a doctor and I work in A&E, in a busy A&E department. So life is quite hectic.
Yeah, that does sound pretty bonkers. And I guess, is that worse now with all everything that's going on? Is it busier or is it just different? Is it just weird?
Yeah, so I think it's kind of different. I was actually shielding, so I've not really gone back to our main A&E department. I actually only work now in minor injuries.
Right,
And
okay.
so,
Right,
and
okay.
so yeah, so I'm still in A&E, but I'm not at the sharp end of things. So I
Okay.
can see what's going on. And I think we see a lot more sick people, but probably fewer people in general.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I do
but
feel like people are kind of really reluctant. It's like worst case scenario if you're having to go to A&E, everyone. Whereas before you might have been like, oh, I've fallen and kind of hurt my elbow, so I'll just jump to A&E. Now you're like, I'm just going to wait and see how it is tomorrow because I don't want to have to go. So I suppose that's perhaps not such a bad thing. You've got less folk there who perhaps shouldn't be there.
yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
dream.
busy job, and I've got a couple. In fact, we've got a lot of customers who are doctors. Um, so I do wonder if there is some kind of correlation between what you guys do and maybe having an interest in craft, or because you're dexterous, or I don't know. There must be something there. But we've got quite a lot of doctors on the So Confident uh, VIP group. Even there's quite a few in there as well. So how did you find So Confident, and what was your first class with us?
So I actually found So Confident during lockdown. I was a member of the Glasgow Girls Club, and have been for a couple of years, really since I moved up to Glasgow. And you were doing a Zoom hand embroidery class, and I was like, well, hand embroidery is not something I've really done before. Let's give it a go. And then I sort of found out about So Confident, and I've never really been part of a sewing group or had anything to do with that, and it's just been great ever since.
So you've been sewing for quite a long time though, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah. So I originally started sewing when I was 15, 16, when I was doing my GCSEs.
Yeah.
But never really did a lot of dressmaking. Was a lot of sort of small bags and a lot of home crafts. And then I stopped sewing for a while because university and moving, and was just doing sort of little bits of fancy dress. And then it must have been 5 years ago or so, I was diagnosed with lupus, and I used to run to sort of de-stress from work because work is quite a bit of a stressful place. So
Yeah.
running was my holy grail. I loved it. But then with lupus, my joints became quite sore and inflamed. So I couldn't run anymore. And I was at my wit's end one day. I was walking home from work on the phone to my gran and was just like, what can I do to like have a break from life? And she was like, well, you started that patchwork quilt 6 months or so ago. Why don't you just get that out and finish that? And I was like, oh, do you know what? You're onto something. And that's when I started sewing again, really.
Oh,
Um,
that's,
yeah,
that's such good advice from your gran. So obviously she knew that that was something that did kind of chill you out, which is quite wise, I guess. I've never really thought about that generation using crafts for the same reasons that we now kind of use them to kind of shut off from everything. Maybe there was a bit more necessity of actually having to make stuff. I'm not sure thing, but it's interesting that there's a kind of correlation between what they use sewing for and kind of what we use sewing for. So have you found that getting right kind of stuck back into sewing has it helped you kind of chill out and shut off from everything that's going on?
yeah, definitely. Definitely. I love being able to stick some music on, stick a podcast on or something, and sit at my sewing machine, and that's it. next thing I know, the world's got the whole world has just
Yeah,
disappeared, and
yeah,
I've had a great few hours just
yeah.
entertaining myself.
I totally feel that sometimes, like at the weekend is when I get a little bit of time to sew. Sometimes in the evening, but mostly like on a Saturday. Like sometimes Steve will take the dog out, and I'll be like, right, got some time to sew, and it does. You do just feel like hours disappear, and you're in the zone, and you forget everything that's happening. And then by the end of it, quite often, if you're doing something quick, you've even got something else to wear, which is cool. I totally love it. It's a real sense of achievement. I guess the kind of unexpected benefits are, so the de-stressing side. What about, are there any other benefits that you've found?
So de-stressing definitely, but then more. So like I said, I've never really been part of a sewing group before. I've never really, had chance to chat with anyone about my sewing or anything like that, because I don't really have friends who do it either. And so having since joining So Confident and getting involved with you guys, it's been really great just to be like, this is really annoying. Can someone give me a tip on how to do this? Or just, what do you think about this fabric? Or what can I do about that? For
Yeah.
example, my dungaree pockets yesterday, when I was just like, I've had enough of this now. This is
Yeah.
not fun.
They look fine, and it's like I looked at that photo you put up this morning, and I was like zooming in, trying to see the top, the kind of the understitching that you'd done on the wrong side. You can't see that. My advice is forget about it. No one will be able to see it. But I know what you mean when you're just like, why? I think when I'm tired, I make a lot of sewing mistakes. Sometimes I just have to be like, enough.
Yeah.
Gonna have to go to bed. Like it's too late for this, and I just keep making mistakes all the time. So yeah, I guess the community is quite a big part of it as well. I am obviously super lucky because I this is my job, so I get to sew and meet tons of cool people all the time. But I've made so many friends through this as well. Like you at the start when I started out, apart from a couple of uni friends who actually, I think there's only one of them that I know of that still does sew. I didn't really have any friends that kind of sewed either. And I suppose historically it's quite a solitary thing
Hmm.
to do. You're in your house, you're working away, you've maybe got music on or the TV on the background, but you're kind of on your own. And how that's changed, I suppose, for me over the past almost 9 years we've had the business, is that it's not a solitary task at all. And I think in lockdown there's been, like you say, there's been lots of chat about what about this pattern. And I actually saw the other day somebody posted up fabric, and it was a very particular brand of fabric. It was a print, and they said, I need another meter of this. I got it like 4 years ago. Has anyone seen it? And I saw the post, and I was like, no way. There's no way someone's going to find that fabric for you. And then like a day later, someone's been, oh yeah, I saw this the other day. It's on this website. And I thought, this is brilliant. How useful is that? So there's just so many. You basically got all these brains that are always on fabric websites and have all this knowledge about what's out there that you can kind of tap into, which I really love as well. That's cool. So what is your favorite make to date then?
Oh, my absolute favourite make. So it's got to be my bomber jacket that I made with the So Confident So Long. Like,
Yeah,
I love it. It's not something I would ever have made myself. Like, I don't think I would ever have thought about making a bomber jacket.
yeah.
And that fabric, the sunflower print, is just amazing. Every
It's
time I look at it, it makes me happy.
Yeah, oh, and the sunflowers just do that. You took lots of fab photos as well with yours, as we put on kind of Instagram and things, so people might recognise you from them because we did. They're on our stories and they're on our grid and things. That velvet that came in as soon as it, well, I bought it, and I bought in a couple of velvets, and I was like, this has got like a bougie bomber jacket written all over it. I didn't know if anyone else was going to be up for it, to be fair, because bomber jackets, they are a bit, I guess they're a bit 90s maybe. They have come back a bit, but I've got I don't have the sunflower one. I've got another one that's a similar velvet, and it's so cozy as well.
Mm.
Like it's perfect for autumn. It's so cool. I'm really glad that that's your favorite make. Like that's amazing.
Oh, I
Uh,
love it. I absolutely love it.
we've got another so long coming up soon. Well, obviously you're in the VIP, so you get all of the so longs that we do every month. But we've got like a public one that I'll tell you about when we stop recording because it's still a secret, so I don't want to. Right,
Oh,
but
I can't wait.
it's going to be quite cool as well. So, if somebody was watching this and they were kind of on the fence about whether they wanted to get into sewing with us and maybe come to a class or get involved even just in the social group, which is our free group for anyone who's interested in sewing, what would your advice be to them?
take the plunge.
Yeah.
It's good fun, and if you don't enjoy it, you can always leave.
Yeah, that is a
I
good
mean,
point.
yeah, nothing gained.
Totally,
Um,
that's true. I guess worst case scenario, you get some new friends. That's pretty
yeah,
good. That's a pretty good worst case scenario. In lockdown, you were saying that you kind of rekindled your love of sewing in
yeah,
lockdown. So you've been in the house quite a lot, I take it. You had
yeah.
to, when it was lockdown, you had to stay in. That must have been quite tough, actually. Did you find that sewing was useful and kind of taking your mind off things and just filling your day with something?
Yeah, yeah. So I was shielding, so I didn't actually leave the house for 5 months, which was,
That's so tough.
yeah, not fun at all. So I sort of broke my day up into three. So I had a morning, an afternoon, and an evening, and I'd made sure I do something different in each of those three bits of my day. And pretty much every day I did something sewing related. So that was like my fun thing. I would do
Mhm.
something like, I don't know, something for me, something fun, and then something somewhat work related because I was revising for exams.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I really feel for the people that have had to stay in. And I think it's bad enough if you're having to shield and there is still other people in your house, but do you live on your own?
I live on my own, yeah.
That's really super, super tough. There's another girl on, is she on the drape drafting design? Yes, she's in the drape drafting design course as well. She's in the exact same situation as you. She lives down south, so she's back in lockdown. You might have seen her posts,
Yeah,
actually.
I know
So
what you mean.
she's totally in the same boat. She's now she's got quite a positive kind of tilt on things where she's like, I'm going to just sew. I've got lots of plans, and I think that's it. If you've got something to fill your time, rather
Yeah,
than thinking, oh, good, I'm going to be like on my own again, doing nothing. At least we can jump on the socials. We'll do the sew alongs.
yeah,
Um, I think everyone's missing a bit of social interaction, even if you're
yeah,
not shielding. It's
exactly.
really tough. I'm glad sewing kind of pulled you through. It came out of nowhere. Like I thought, because I started noticing that you were booking on classes and then we were kind of chatting in the social and things. And I was like, I need to find out more about Nikki because she's just made this bomber jacket and you were just like posting up all these things that you were making. And I thought, where did you learn? Like, where did you come from? And it's cool that it was from Glasgow Girls Club. They're good friends of ours as well. So it's fab that that's working and folk are finding us through
Yeah.
that. Is that
I mean,
nice?
there's going to be other people out like me out there who do actually know how to sew, but have not really been involved in any groups. 'Cause I would have loved to have found you guys years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had amazing like few months getting to know everyone. But if I'd known you like years ago, it would have been amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we're making up for lost time now, don't worry
Exactly.
about it. But finally, do you have like an Instagram handle where you'd want people to follow you? Is there anything that you would like to promote?
I'm that interesting. If people want to follow me, feel free. But I'm not
Oh,
huge.
I don't think so. You've got lots of cool sewing stuff on your Instagram. Do you want to, will we put it out there?
Feel free. Yeah.
Right, what is your handle again?
I don't know.
Hold on, I'll find it. You do use Instagram though, don't you?
I do. I do. I'm like I love Instagram, but I've got no idea what my handle is.
Right, I
I think
found
it's
you.
like
Yeah.
is it like
See
Nikki
if you
M?
can get it.
I think it's like Nikki M90 or something like that.
Yes. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to follow Nikki, our Instagram handle was at Nikki NIKKI .M90. Nikki, you can even follow yourself now that I've told you what your Instagram handle is. She's got
I'll make sure I do that.
lots of cool stuff on there. Oh, you've got lots of cool food stuff as well. There's a lot of sewing. It's sewing heavy, so that's brilliant. Yeah, definitely. Go and give Nikki a wee follow. That's cool. Nikki, thank you so much for your time. Much appreciated. I'll probably be chatting to you later on today in one of the groups in the chat, in the drape drafting design group or in the VIP social. You're in all the groups, so am I. So I'm sure I'll be chatting to you later on today. Yeah, just look after yourself, stay in touch, and thank you so much for chatting today.
No, thanks. It's
Thank
been good fun.
you.